The DVD you're about to see, I wanted to leave behind a little record of how we grew up. And it was taken for our children, but it's not really for our children. It's for our grandchildren and great-grandchildren. I started about 8 months ago when the committee got going, and I can't believe they entrusted somebody 700 and something miles away to put something together that they have not ever seen, and they don't know what's going to be on the screen tonight. I did a storybook, which is like doing a comic book of what the movie's going to look like, and immediately I had all kind of holes. Well, I don't have any of this stuff. And so I sent out the word by email to some of the committee. I need first grade photos of everyone. I need photos of the white school, green school, high school, Crossett as we knew it, thinking of the great places like Morgan's Cafe that Cleon and Bucky and I spent so much time in. And gave them a long list, and lo and behold, and emails me, or mails me, snail mails me, a package with a lot of first grade photos in it. Miss Dallas's class. Some of you were requested to send yours who weren't in Miss Dallas's class. A few did, but not many. So we added those. Pat contributed a lot, so a lot of thanks to Ann and Pat for getting a lot of those resources. Other things I had in the storybook that I wanted to do, I was able to get off the internet. Things like our cars, our music, our movies, our radio, our TV, and then I had to add audio clips, and so I got hundreds of audio clips off of the internet. After working on this project for months, I probably had 3 or 4 minutes of it in the can. And I said, boy, we're in a heap of trouble. And I got discouraged. I went to bed every night and I had a little conversation with God. I said, this isn't going well. Even wrote an email to, I guess, to Pat, and saying that I just don't think this is going to make it. I think I also copied Brenda. I said, if you don't put me on the program, this thing may fail. We don't want to put something in. You ought to have a backup plan, whatever. I guess when I sent that, God decided he was going to use those two ladies to encourage me, and so they did. And you know, if Brenda and Pat started encouraging you, you're encouraged. So I was encouraged. I felt much better about it 3 weeks ago, and if I can get to this next few sentences. Our grandson, a 7-year-old, we've got 4 of them, came to visit, and he came back to my office. I got 2 computers set up, one with a big monitor, and he could hear all this commotion going on back there, and Mimi, his grandmother, told him Granddad was playing on the computer. So he came back there to see what I was playing, and of course I was playing this DVD, and so he started looking at it. He would ask me who people were as they were going by in the first grade, and he's able to read now, so he was reading off names, and came to Bucky, and he asked about Bucky. And I told him about Bucky being such a great friend. And he said, it must be so hard to lose a friend. He gave me a hug, and I knew what I was doing, it was worthwhile. Anyway, he continued to watch the movie. It got to a part where I've got some old cars flashing by, all the stuff that we were used to, and I put a soundtrack behind it, Maybelline. And he had never heard Maybelline, but he thought this was the greatest music in the world. So a 7-year-old, he kept playing it over and over about 5 times a day. He picked up the words and he went to the other room and was singing Maybelline. His parents came home the next day, he sang it to them, and then we called him the next weekend on the phone, and he was singing Maybelline. So he was a true grandchild of the 50s. A lot of people to thank, but the biggest thanks go to Shirley for putting up with me playing on the computer and coming out for meals occasionally. You're going to see a not too short version tonight. There's a longer version of this thing that has things about each year of our life from 1940 through 2008. I didn't put that in this one because it would add another 20 minutes or more to it. I've been thinking about everything that we've seen the last 3 days and how wonderful it's been. And so I immediately started taking photos and thinking about what to do with it and taking movies also. And I plan to add another section to the end of this thing that will cover our reunion and give us a permanent record of the reunion. And so all of y'all that have taken a snapshot, you know, if you can email me the great ones or put on CDs, photo CDs, you know, all of it, and send to me as soon as possible. You know, I can try to select. Obviously, we can't do all of them because everybody, I had already taken 300 and something before tonight, and I know a bunch of y'all have taken, and plus I've taken a lot of video. I haven't covered this with the committee, so they may shoot me, but what I would like to do is I would like to offer copies of this DVD to everyone for a contribution of, say, $20 with all proceeds beyond the cost of just duplicating the thing. I've got to have a duplicator duplicate this many because I can't do it on my computer. They'll need a bubble wrap thing to mail it in, and then they need a plastic case and a printed cover and $1.50 to mail it to you and all that kind of stuff. But all the money collected beyond that will go to offset the shortfall that I know they've had in producing this wonderful memory book and all the other things they've done. You think about all we've got for our little bit of money that they charge us doesn't add up, and we requested money out of $700 billion bailout that didn't come through. I would also want to send a copy of the DVD to all the party classmates, you know, and people that I've been in contact with. You may have saw last night pictures of Bucky's two sons that are majors in the Air Force. People like that, you know, I really want to share the life story with. All right, let's see if this thing plays.